What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I am back with another video. It has been a while since I've posted. I'm glad I took a little break. I've been learning about myself, about life, about just everything. I've also been very busy with my own stuff and just my own mental health. And I think people like me who get very overstimulated very easily and who just struggle with ADHD, struggles with scheduling and just in general keeping a task or being consistent at times. And I am very much, that is definitely my struggle. But I just wanted to hop on and just talk to you guys for a minute. I really miss posting every single week for you guys and just giving you guys update and just feeding your guys' mind and soul and body just information that is definitely much needed. Lately, I've just been like, I want to, like I even said before, videos that I make, it's more so what I'm learning, but I also want to teach you guys what I'm learning. As a Gemini, we really love to intake information and also give it back out because we're little scatterbrains. We love to learn things. Lately I've just been learning about like relationships, self-awareness, and just like my own bad habits, my own red flags, the things that I struggle with internally, and how like anxious I am, how defensive I get at times, and just in general my own evolution to myself and how to be better. And I really love, I know a lot of people don't like this, but I genuinely love being triggered. I used to not, and I would hate it and I'd get emotional. I still get emotional, I still cry, but now I wanted to change that narrative and be like, please trigger me. Please let me know what I have to fix. Please show me what to attend to. And looking at a perspective of this is something I can heal and fix because it's coming up right now. Show me what I need to work on myself. Show me how I get defensive on this, how I'm taking this personal. Show me how I need to, they're not intentionally doing that. They're just being themselves. But me as a person who's very anxious and overthinks everything, tend to take things personal, especially when people are very close to me. I don't allow a lot of people close to me because I am that type of person who's very like antisocial, but I am social to a lot of people, but I don't allow a lot of people in my circle. Um, so that's things that I've been learning, things that I struggle with in relationships. Like, I'm not in a relationship, but in general, like, I've learned a lot. Someone that I was talking to, and just in general, friends, close relationships, anything like that, they teach you a lot about yourself, things that you can handle. I used to think that because people had red flags, that they're all toxic and you should just block them. I've learned no matter what in life, everybody's going to come with their own baggage. Everybody's going to come with their own flaws and their own red flags. You have to pick out the people who show up for you, who is consistent in bettering themselves to be in your life, who try to be better. You got to pick those out from the group of those people who just want to drain you and just want to keep being toxic and not want to fix themselves and not want to better themselves, not only for you, but for themselves. They just want to stay stuck in this mindset of, I'm just want to be toxic forever. And this is me. And I'm not going to change any behavior no matter what. And you let those people go. It's fine. Let them be stuck. It is out of your control. You can't control that, and that is okay. We're not in control of everything. All you can do is remove yourself from the situation and continue on forward. You're always going to bump into people who hurt you. And even if it's not intentional, we're human. We get triggered by a bunch of things from certain traumas. For me, I've experienced plenty of trauma. I'm surprised I'm still here today, and I'm very proud that I'm still here today. And I struggle with being proud of myself most of the time and being grateful for the things that I have achieved. But I'm learning to try to embrace positivity in my life about my own success, like being proud, actually proud. Not, I know that I'm supposed to be proud, but I'm not really proud. I know that I'm enough, but I don't really feel like I'm enough. Those affirmations repeated and repeated, eventually they start to change the chemical feeling in your brain that you've narrated since you were really little. So just in general, that's what I've been learning, and about relationships and the things that I struggle with, and things that I used to think that other people struggle with meant that I needed to leave. Or very avoidant. A conflict. I hate conflict. I get very anxious around conflict. I shut down around conflict. And I've always known that about myself. Especially when someone is, when I feel attacked during the conflict, I just want to shut down. And that is very avoidant of me. That anxiously, I'm both anxious and avoidant. So imagine that. I am a lot to handle, and I know that I'm a lot. And I never really expected anybody to ever really handle all of me. I know that that other part of healing myself was my job, and I can do that. I've always just wanted someone to tell me, like, oh, this is the behavior, because sometimes you can't even see your own behavior if you're not constantly being reactive in that moment or being triggered. I'm not triggered unless I'm in relationships. I'm perfectly healthy. I am stable. I am mentally sound, mind and body, when I am single. I am my best self as a single person. In relationships is where I struggle to keep my emotional independence and not be codependent on my partner providing that emotional stability, not financially, emotional stability. And I know that's something that I struggle with. I'm still working on that on myself in general, but you can't really work on something when it comes to relationships by yourself. Sometimes it requires you to work on that in relationships and situationships and friendships. You can work on that. You can work on those very sensitive, vulnerable parts of yourself that only come up in relationships. But most people will be like, oh, it's easy to be single. I've been single for 5 to 10 years. Of course. You don't have to face yourself. Of course it's easy to be single for 5 to 7 years. You don't have to face yourself. People who are actually just naturally avoidant feel very comfortable being single. Some people have experienced a lot of trauma in relationships that they refuse to get hurt again. They refuse to feel that feeling again or feel that vulnerability. But I promise you, for me, I don't like relationships, but I love them for the simple concept of learning about myself, learning how vulnerable I can actually get. Like, to see myself in relationships, it's like I see a different part of me. Like, yes, I am not like emotional and naturally just very wholesome, but in relationships there's this different part of me that my friends don't get, that other people don't get. I'm not as emotional towards them or anything like that. They get this health, let's get the raw, unhealthy, healthy, unstable part of me that no one else gets, and nobody else can judge me off of that but them. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a whole different person. People get a different friendship version of you, a different acquaintance version of you, a different energy of you, but your partner, your person who sees all for who you are and not what you hide, gets the raw, uncensored version of who you are. And that person alone is the only person who ever truly sees you, unless they try to project these other things about you, that you're this bad person or this and that. And if some people are naturally just have toxic traits and don't want to attend to it, and they want to continue hurting people with those toxic traits, by all means, leave that relationship. That person is not for you. If the person doesn't want to work on themselves, doesn't want to fix themselves, doesn't want to work on you two building something together, then walk away. My motto for now, like just in the future, if someone's not willing to work on themselves while I work on myself and we work on each other and work on our dynamic, then by all means, it's not worth the stress. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the arguments. But if someone is wanting to be better and wanting to better themselves, not only for themselves, but for the unit that you guys have, this foundation you guys have, then it's so worth the fights. It's so worth the arguments. It's so worth, because after arguments is resolution, and conflict after that is resolution. Let's solve it. How can we solve it? We don't agree. Okay, how can we disagree in a healthier manner? Right now, like, I have a problem. For me, like, disagreeing with someone. If someone disagrees with me, especially with relationships, not people in general. I don't care what other people think. I really don't give a 10 cents, 25 cents of other people's opinions about me. The one person who can actually make me feel some type of way about their opinion is literally just my partner, because I give them so much power over me. Remember, I rely on them emotionally. That's something that I struggle with, and I know that. I have to learn to take that emotional independence back inside me and not rely on them to feed me emotionally, which is codependency that I struggle with emotionally. Financially, I'm good with myself. Like, I can definitely intake that with myself. But emotionally, I've always struggled with needing that reassurance, that validation, and sometimes needing that 24/7, like someone who's like me, who once I open these floodgates and I allow someone in, they see that I'm not always confident, I'm not always secure, I'm not always happy, I'm not always this ball of light. I am sometimes sad, I am sometimes depressed, I'm sometimes dark, I am sometimes very self-sabotaging and reckless and a mess. And it's beautiful. All of it is beautiful. It took me, this last person who saw me for me, to realize that all of me was not too much. It was just the wrong people. And learning that, receiving that type of love, accepting that type of love has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And I've sabotaged, tried to sabotage, tried to run, tried to, like, it was fight or flight mode because it's something I'm not used to. When you're not used to good, someone like me wants to push it away. What is this? Is it real? Are you love bombing me? You're questioning everything. You're overthinking it. You don't know what to believe anymore. Has someone possessed someone else? Did someone send you? And that spiral leads you to sabotage great things. And that's something I'm learning to not do. I still struggle with that now. In general, right now, as of now, I still struggle with sabotaging myself a lot. Showing up late to work, that's a part of self-sabotaging. Not managing my time wisely, also. But I also have ADHD too, so that can be a thing. Like, both can exist in the same thing. Anyways, that's what I just wanted to vent to you guys about myself. I love being open with you guys and sharing parts of myself with you guys, because hopefully you see some of me in you. Because sometimes I see some of me in you guys. And that's how we learned. We're like, wait, is this me? Oh, I tend to do this too. And then you start to think, what can I do to fix it? Honestly, I've been back in therapy. I stopped therapy for a year. I've been back in therapy. I really this time want to keep going. I want to fix what's been broken. And not even been broken, it's fix what was taken away and didn't even get the chance to be something. I want to live. I'm tired of surviving. I'm tired of mentally struggling. I want to be better. I want to be more mentally sane. I'm tired of having mental breakdowns all the time. And nobody knows about it because I keep it to myself. I struggle with depression. I struggle with anxiety and ADHD. And all in all, that is a lot. I also have PTSD. It is a nightmare in my brain sometimes. But sometimes my brain is nice to me. Sometimes it's not. And I have to learn how to control that. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I love y'all. Until the next video. Peace.